bout of the evening is a juniors Muay Thai bout scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds under a catch weight of 165 pounds. Fighting first out of the My Golf Vacation blue corner. He weighed in at 166 pounds. He's making his debut here tonight, representing Pals Martial Arts out of Huntsville, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kirk Crane. And his opponent, fighting out of the Southern Roots Mortgage Brokers red corner. He has a record of 2 wins with 1 loss. He's representing Mushindu Martial Arts out of Marietta, Georgia. He weighed in at 164.8 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brayan Ortiz.
All right, here I've gotten the notes, and it's really pronounced, gentlemen. Ortiz may have the experience advantage. Crane definitely has the height and reach advantage in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a tall 16-year-old.
And this is going to make an interesting fight. So we see from the stances we have 2 young men that are ready to bowl. There's changing leather quick.
Yeah, these guys wasting no time.
Great clinch work.
While these guys are getting started, I gotta say, if there's any distractions tonight, it's going to be the food that they're cooking here. You guys smelling that?
Yeah, it does smell great.
I've never been to a fight that smells this good.
Absolutely.
It is close quarters in the underground, you know? This is first round action in our juniors tie bout here. It is Kirk Crane and Brayan Ortiz. Ortiz in the red gloves.
I like seeing those chops from Brayan.
Great clinch work, good strike exchanges, both young men. Great stance, great preparation. Both of these guys are ready to fight. They came game for this.
2 minutes into the first round here, and I feel like neither fighter yet to put a stamp on it, but Ortiz is trying to do just that right now.
Absolutely. Ortiz is controlling the cage space. He's moving forward. There's a difference between a cage and a ring with the bounce off the cage. So Ortiz pushing forward. He's trapping him against the cage, so he can't let the guy with the longer range have open space.
Smart.
Got about 45 seconds left to work here in the first round. Thanks so much to the fans watching via Spectation Sports. You know, tickets were limited. This is one of the hottest tickets in town tonight at the Nashville Underground. So if you're on the outside looking in, thank you for joining us on Spectation Sports. Make sure to participate in the Pick'em game. And if you were going to pick somebody in this one, man, Brayan Ortiz throwing some heavy shots here as we close the round.
I like Kirk Crane, making this clinch on the fence and hitting those knees right there. We saw him just beginning of this round and midway through, and he's taking advantage anytime he sees an opening from Brayan Ortiz.
Absolutely, and I think that in the break, I think that Crane's coach is going to tell him he needs to stay in the middle of the cage so he can use his range. The closer they get to the cage, whether he's on the front or back, he can extend his body to create space.
Right, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Monty. You know, he's got the reach, but he didn't really utilize it in that round. And Ortiz appears to have a little bit of a strength advantage too. Lower center of gravity, pushing the man around a little bit.
Absolutely, Ortiz went after him.
He did.
Yes.
He went after him.
And I like that when the clapper hit, Ortiz turned it up.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
About 20%.
Good optics there for the judges for that young man. Crane, you got to remember, too, this is his debut fight. The garage door wouldn't let him out, so he might have just been wanting to get his feet wet there and find his way into this one. So we'll see if the corner there from Powell's Martial Arts gets him coached up and ready to maybe get his offense going here in the second round.
Absolutely. You know, great coaches make great adjustments. So we're curious to see what this second round is going to bring. These 2 young men really brought a good fight for the first opening round.
I love seeing that spinning back fist from
Brayan.
Man,
absolutely.
Let's see a couple more of those in the round 2.
Round 2 about to start. Our featured prelim tonight. I didn't mention it in the preview show on Facebook or in the welcome because it is, you know, the featured prelim, but Joseph Hishma versus Dylan Booker.
That fight.
Man, that one really, when that got announced, I thought that is something that could main event a show out at the Joe.
Absolutely. I thought the same thing. There's quite a few fights on here on the amateur and pro cards that would be great highlights.
And we're back underway here with round 2 action.
Now we see Brayan Ortiz with the knees a little bit more here.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I know that one hurt.
Great exchange. Crane is still wanting to control that range, and he's really wanting to clinch and throw knees.
It's interesting, yeah, he's had some good ones, but that is kind of where the smaller, or the fighter with less reach is going to have his offense too. So it's right there for Ortiz to get his offense going. Nice.
Absolutely, and I've not seen a sweep yet, and I'm looking for one of them to go ahead. They're clinching tight.
Yep.
Somebody's going to go for a sweep soon to control this round because it's even keeled right now.
And you could hear the fans there. I don't know if it's the fan or the corner. They don't want Brayan Ortiz to clinch with him, which is interesting because he's got such a reach disadvantage.
Yep.
But he has landed the more significant strikes, in my opinion, here with 50
I
seconds
agree.
to go in round 2.
Absolutely.
He saw 2 or 3 teeps in the first and second that I think really put some damage on Kirk.
Nice, solid knee.
Ooh.
There's the throw, and I think that Ortiz is trying to time Crane because Crane's not using his lead jab as much, and Ortiz is watching his right hand. He's trying to catch him with a right on the right.
Yeah, when you looked at the tail of the tape, you would have thought, okay, Kirk's about to come in here and pump jabs, but that really hasn't been the case thus far.
Not at all. He's thrown a lot with his second. He's thrown a lot with his rear hand. I think Ortiz is trying to time it.
This might be a good lesson to learn for the young fighter there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would have thought I'd see more.
There it was, right hand, right hand.
Oh, man. Ortiz is looking good in the second round. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh, nice
Hey,
exchange.
I like what I'm seeing there.
Nice,
Great action.
Nice. What a round.
Great fight to kick it
That
off.
was a more closely contested round, but I really like the sense of urgency at the end of the round. Houston, you mentioned it at the end of round 1.
Yep. And I think it came to the second as well, but I don't know how you guys are seeing it, but I think I'm the first one I think was pretty even. I'm leaning more towards Brayan. I think on this one, see if we get a replay of that action. Oof, that really
Yeah, that right
change
hand
that
right
round.
behind the ear.
Yep.
Monty, for those of us who haven't been punched behind the ear, how disorienting is it to get hit with a technique like
Well, I'll
that?
tell you, sometimes people get hit in the ear, and then tomorrow they realize that they had a fight yesterday. So the shots behind the ear, they devolve the equilibrium quick and make you think about your grandparents on a hot sunny day.
Well, you heard it, Monty Burke said, call your grandparents. Don't get punched in the ear to do it. Love them while they're here, folks. That's a great message.
Old school is call it an ear hole. They call it the ear hole somewhat.
Nashville, this is your third and final round. Let them hear you.
man, great action here.
I can only imagine for Kirk Crane how fast this all must be happening. You know, debut fight in the underground against a more experienced opponent.
Well, I'll tell you this. I believe both.
Ooh.
No.
Oh,
Yes, we almost forgot it was not an MMA match. I'll tell you something. I think the Crane's corner told him he has to win. He has got to win this round. And I think it's fairly even.
Yep.
Whoever nominates this round should win this fight.
there you have it. Yeah, this is no time like the present to get your offense going.
I do agree with Monty, though, from what he said earlier. I think that Brayan is still working on that timing from Kirk and going to try to take advantage of it here on the third.
It's impressive, you know, Ortiz a little bit shorter, has no trouble. He just kneed his opponent in the sternum, and that sternum is almost head height for him. So
Very
really,
athletic.
Yeah, really athletic techniques there by Ortiz.
Absolutely. And Ortiz has switched his stance multiple times, which is not traditional Thai. He's got a lot of other, his coaches have trained him on some other things,
Yeah.
which is good when you have a kickboxing match like this because all guys are not traditional Thai. You have to be able to change around your footwork.
Not quite a sweep, more of a caught kick there. 1 minute left to work here in round 3. Everything in front of both of these fighters here. Oh, nice heavy low
It's going
kick
to
from
present
Ortiz.
well. 50 seconds remaining here of the third and final.
Fans, make sure you are, if you are a Tennessee resident, that is, getting on BetMGM. That is the place to look at the betting action for the pro fights that will start at our main card at about 8:30
Nice response.
Central Time. BetMGM posting the pro action. That is a great place for you to go and get your bets in.
Brayan Ortiz with a great overhand right.
Just missed on that one, too, and a heavy
Man,
knee from Ortiz.
15 seconds remaining. He's going to try to close this round out.
He's going to try to close it out.
Got to sprint to the finish here. 10 seconds to go. Nice body kick, but a low blow. Oh, man, that's tough. Still about, they're stopping the ticker there with 5
I think they had
seconds.
stopped it right around the 7 or 8 second mark there.
This might turn into like a soccer thing with a little bit of stoppage time.
A
added. I
little
don't
stoppage time, and any shot to the cup area, it's got a ripple effect on all other parts of your body, so I can fully understand.
know. Oh, yeah.
But they are 15 years old, so, you know, this is going to start back pretty
be safe,
fast.
yep.
Let's be safe.
And that is the round.
All right, so this one's going to hit the judges' scorecards. Ortiz and Crane giving you a great spirited first contest of the night. Invaluable experience for a couple of these guys here this early in their career.
For your entertainment, you can do better than that, Nashville. Let them hear you. All right, we will wait for a judge's scorecard.
The tallies are being counted up. Nervous moments for the corner of Crane and Brayan Ortiz.
And I'll tell you, man, I'm not a guy to call this fight, but I think the referees, I think the last round was clearly won by Ortiz. The other rounds could have went either way, but Ortiz got his timing down. And you're right, Houston, when he got his timing down,
Changed the game.
changed the game.
Well, while we wait for this decision, great time for you to log on to Spectation Sports and participate in the Pick'em game. For the pro portion of the card, you predict the outcomes. You and a friend may find yourself at a big-time football event, be it Tennessee Titans, Vanderbilt Commodores, Tennessee Vols. The only way to secure those tickets for yourself, get on to Spectation Sports, make your predictions for the main card. Thank you so much to Spectation Sports for giving those fans a chance. Jeff Hobbs is entering the cage with scorecards in hand. Gentlemen, we throw it now to him to make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your first bout of the evening went to a judge's scorecard. Here are your scores. All three judges saw this bout the same way. 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Brayan Ortiz.
Big time win for Brayan Ortiz.
Absolutely. All three judges scored the card 3 rounds Ortiz.